zones of transition between space. We are not identifying the shapes of space. Now a zone will not be this kind. There is no wall or anything of that sort. Imagine they are all walls. They can never be like this or like this. Huh? They may be like that, but not like that. That's possible. But you are not drawing the plan. You are not tracing the plan. You are letting your pencil and your hand recognize the structure of the plan by tracing, by floating, by dreaming over the plan, and only identifying the places where change happens from one type of space to another, from enclosed to open. That's all. You are not drawing a plan. You understand? The reason for this exercise, because you might wonder why am I being so insistent on this method. Two choices are open. One is that you are already an architect and you do. Yeah? And you design. Wonderful. And then we only have to grade your design. The other choice is, maybe there is something that we have learned which I would like you to try. You may not agree with it, but try. And trying is a way of finding out what suits you best. Yeah? So now this method is in order to get away from the continuous worrying operation of mind, which is saying, oh, if I put this here, then what will happen to this thing, and I get stuck there. We want to become fluent designers who think from big things to small. And the big things are really the transitions between spaces. That's all. That's all that architecture is. If you learn how to make a window, you've learned architecture. You don't need to learn anything more. Where to place a window in a wall and how to. That much is enough. You don't need to know anything else. But that will, whether to make window, veranda, wall, storage, we'll find out as we go along. But first only identify the zones of transition. Then put another tracing and put details into the zones. You are not tracing the plans. You are not making beautiful looking shapes in a long 90 meters by 9 meters space. Yeah? You are discovering the structure of the plan. You are discovering. You don't know it. Only your hand knows and your eye knows. The brain has to stop. The moment a name comes up, oh, bedroom, put it down, go and have a cup of tea and come back. This thing knows. This knows more than this for certain parts of architecture. Yeah? Because it is more comprehensive. It can take complex information and make it all work. This can only take information one at a time. Yes, you have to logically take out 1, 2, 3 like that. Whereas the body as a total is able to comprehend very complex realities. That is why we are able to walk. Otherwise we would be unable to walk. Suppose you had to think. Now, let me pick up my right foot. 15 centimeters forward, but keeping the weight on the left with but counterweight of right part of body. Now, rest completely. on the sole of the foot. Lift, left, electricity chali gayi. What will happen? Huh? So don't use at some points in time the brain has to be short circuited. You have to subvert it. And the reason for giving you a certain medium, a certain posture, certain paper size is to make you give only this and the eye the power. Yeah? So now go back and continue with that.
But sir, it has to be dependent on our plan, no? Otherwise your plan will change.
I don't know whether what it will happen when my hand moves. Don't recognize the plan. Of course it will happen according to your plan. If I am doing a human being, then I'll do this and then that and that and that. Automatic. Even a child knows that. Why are you worrying so much about it? Huh?
So will we look at the transition in terms of the section also?
You look at all the plans and say, oh yes, this one is going all the way. Fine, good, my hand. Then once the hand gets mad with that, then it will all take off.